Eating some of my favorite childhood snacks. They're a little different than when I was a kid, but I used to always get the ham and cheese Hot Pockets, and I didn't eat it like a normal Hot Pocket because I have been quite literally burned too many times. So I would just cut them in half, split them down the seam, and then scoop out the inside and eat that first. So basically a bite full of cheese and ham, and the ham is better now. It used to be really thin. Then after eating all of the inside, I would eat the crusts. Toaster strudels were a very rare treat in our house when I was a kid. I swear I remember my mom telling me they were too expensive to get. Maybe she just didn't want me to have sugar, or because we were a family of 5 and you don't get many in a box. Regardless, they're still so good. I love the strawberry one, and the smell alone is pure nostalgia. So the first time I had buffalo wings was at my oldest sister's graduation party. They weren't crispy at all. They were in a crock pot, and we had a ton of leftovers that I microwaved for a week straight. And even though they were super gooey, especially after I dunked them in ranch, they blew my mind. I still love buffalo wings, but I definitely like them super crispy these days. Ice cream sandwiches are one of those treats that immediately transports me back in time. Every time I went to my grandparents' house, I had an ice cream sandwich or a push-up. Let me know your favorite childhood snacks. Full day of eating some of my favorite foods. I went ahead and started the day with my absolute favorite, which is queso. This is the Gordo's brand, which is the best store-bought, but it's still missing something, so I mixed it with some salsa. I just love a crunchy chip with a creamy, warm cheese. It's perfection. If I can't have queso, then give me nachos. And I have loved fried chicken since I was a kid, and specifically a chicken thigh. That is the superior meat in my opinion. Dark meat is just juicier, and then with the crispy, salty breading on the outside, incredible. And a lot of times with fried chicken, we would have mashed potatoes and gravy. I really love a buttery mashed potato, but I wouldn't consider it one of my favorite foods. But gravy, on the other hand, is 1000% on the list. My favorites are definitely brown and then country style. And I put way too much of it on my mashed potatoes so that it spills over to the other food. It depends on my mood, but one of my favorite desserts is a brownie. And while I love them all, I do prefer a boxed brownie, even over homemade. They're just so nostalgic, and I'm eating the corners. They're just so chewy. That being said, this was the first time I tried the fudge brownies from Market Side at Walmart. Oh my gosh, these are so good. They're like when you get the really gooey brownie pieces in a DQ Blizzard. Full video of eating only some of my favorite foods. Ham and beans is not only one of my favorite foods, but it's in the top 5, I would say, of my favorite foods of all time. It's smoky, salty, and beans are a comfort food. I grew up on it. Along with ham and beans, I love cornbread with butter and syrup on it. I love the texture of cornbread, and then with the butter and syrup on it makes it sweet and salty. Combined with the ham and beans that are smoky, it's honestly perfection. The only way it's better is if you have a green onion alongside it. Next is curly fries with cheese sauce. Now, I prefer nacho cheese sauce to have the little bit of spice with it, and this could be curly fries, seasoned fries, loaded fries. I don't care. I love them. This last one really goes without saying if you've watched my videos at all. Munster cheese. I love it. And I get a lot of questions asking what Munster cheese tastes like. It tastes like mozzarella, really, but it's so gooey. The best, gooeyest, meltiest cheese pull you'll get is with Munster cheese. Today I put it on a grilled cheese, but it can really go on anything. If I am making a hot dish with melted cheese, I use Munster. Some of my favorite foods, appetizer edition. Any type of fried cheese is going to be one of my favorite appetizers. These are cheese curds. I love cheese curds, especially when they're a little salty. I really like mozzarella sticks. I really love the fried pepper jack cubes, but those are harder to come by. I say this now, but I really love a French fry, but I think I would take onion rings over French fries any day, especially if I have the good ranch. Unpopular opinion, I think Pizza Hut's ranch is the best ranch. It's better than Wingstop. It's creamy, not too tangy, not too salty, not too thin, not too thick. It's perfection. It's just the perfect pairing to a sweet and crunchy onion ring. My favorite food of all time is queso or nachos with queso on it. And by queso, I mean liquid cheese. I typically like my nachos a little bit more loaded, but I just used what I had at home. But the perfect nachos, in my opinion, would have shredded cheese, liquid queso, ground beef, sour cream, tomato salsa, probably black beans, and then depending on my mood, guacamole, and no cilantro. No cilantro at all. Because cilantro is not on my favorite foods. In fact, it's the top of my disliked foods. And yeah, let me know your favorite appetizers. I have tried a lot of fall fast food items for you guys, but I've not talked about my favorite of all time item. This is the salted caramel pumpkin concrete mixer from Culver's. I can't say this about any other food item, but this is the one thing that I will look up every single year to see the exact date it's coming back out. Do not get this confused with pumpkin spice. This is not pumpkin spice. This is true, real pumpkin puree with salted caramel on it. Incredible. I've recommended this countless times. Even before I had a TikTok page, I was recommending this to people. It's so creamy and sweet without being overly sweet. It's loaded with pumpkin puree. It's like a melted pumpkin pie, but it doesn't have the crust, so it's not gritty. I do also have to give a quick mention to the Twisted Maple Pumpkin from 5 Lakes. The Culver's item I've been getting for probably a decade now, but this one I've discovered within the last few years, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's pumpkin with some maple in it. You can get it either cold or hot. I usually get it cold. I always had to get this every year that it came out, but now that I have my Nespresso machine, I really didn't like this as much as I used to.